The silence is your superpower. You don't have to announce what you're working on. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Because when you start explaining your vision to small-minded people, they'll only measure it with their limits, not your potential. Real growth happens in silence. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, focused, and lonely at times. When you talk too much about your plans, you invite opinions that don't belong in your path. Every time you tell someone your next move, you give them the power to question it and to drain your focus. Silence keeps your energy pure. It keeps your mind clear. It keeps your attention where it matters, on the work. People don't need to know what you're doing. They'll know when it's done. And the truth is, success doesn't like noise. It likes consistency. It likes discipline. It likes the kind of person who shows up every single day without broadcasting every step. The loudest one in the room rarely wins. The one who moves with quiet confidence always does. So learn to love your silence. Learn to love those seasons when it feels like no one sees your effort, because that's the part that builds you. When it's finally time to show the world what you've been building, they won't even recognize you. They'll ask how you did it, and you'll smile because the truth is simple. You stopped talking. You started doing. And that's when everything changed. Isolation isn't loneliness. It's alignment. When you start focusing on yourself, people will say you've changed. They'll say you've become cold, the distant, detached. But what they don't understand is that isolation isn't loneliness, it's alignment. You're not cutting people off, you're cutting off distractions. You're no longer available for meaningless conversations. You're no longer chasing validation or attention. You're not waiting for others to clap before you move. You're creating space to grow. Isolation is where the real transformation begins. That's where you start hearing your own thoughts again. That's where your priorities shift from what people think to what I need. You begin to see who actually brings you peace and who drains it. You realize your energy is sacred and not everyone deserves access. So yes, you'll lose people. You'll lose invitations. But what you gain is yourself. Peace, clarity, focus, the ability to build something real without the noise. When you isolate, you start aligning your actions with your purpose. You stop chasing temporary things and start building permanent ones. That's not loneliness, that's growth. So don't fear isolation, embrace it, because that's where you meet the version of you that doesn't need approval, only purpose. Protect your energy like it's gold. Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. Every time you give your time to the wrong people, you're robbing yourself of focus. Every time you engage in meaningless drama, you're feeding what drains you instead of what builds you. You need to start treating your peace like a fortress. Not everyone gets in. Not everyone deserves your attention, because your energy creates your reality. If you're always tired, distracted, or emotionally drained, you can't manifest clarity, success, or peace. Protect your mornings. Guard your mindset. Say no without guilt. Most successful people aren't the busiest. They're the most intentional. They know that every yes to something small is a no to something big. So stop over-explaining. Stop giving people more chances than they earned. Start protecting your space like your future depends on it, because it does. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's survival. Work in silence. Win in public, let them doubt you. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you've disappeared. Because when you're focused, the world gets quiet. You stop arguing, you stop proving, you start improving. Every day in silence, you're building something bigger. You're growing stronger. You're learning discipline. And when the moment comes, when the results finally show, they'll call it luck, but you'll know the truth. It was the nights you stayed in. The mornings you didn't feel like getting up, but did anyway. The hours you worked when no one was watching. That's what builds the kind of success that shocks everyone. So keep working. Keep grinding in private. You don't owe anyone updates. Your success will speak louder than your explanations ever could. Work in silence. Win in public. Be so focused they think you're gone, disappear for a while, not because you're lost, but because you're finally finding yourself. Go quiet. Go deep. Rebuild your habits. Reset your mindset. When you stop posting, people will wonder where you went. When you stop explaining, they'll think you gave up. But the truth is, you're working. You're healing. You're transforming. You're growing into the person they'll never forget. Be so focused they think you're gone, because when you come back, you won't be the same person. You'll be sharper, stronger, more grounded, more dangerous, not to others, but to your excuses. This version of you will be unstoppable. So disappear, lock in. And when you return, shock them all with your peace, your success, and your silence.